Hey guys, welcome back to math. Today we're going to learn a new game, but first we're going to start with a problem string. So grab your journal and we'll jump right into it. So how many half hours are there in 2 hours? So what's the problem we're trying to solve here? How many half hours are there in 2 hours? So 2 hours divided into half hour chunks. How many are there? So with these kinds of problems that involve whole numbers and fractions, it's nice to draw a picture, right? So here's an hour, there's an hour. How many half hour segments are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is half an hour divided into 2 equal amounts of time? Half hour divided into 2 equal sets of time. Here's our half hour divided into 2 equal sets of time. That would be 1/4, right? If we're looking at this one, 1/4. How many thirds of an hour are there in 4 hours? What problem do you think we're trying to solve? How many thirds of an hour are there in 4 hours? 4 hours divided into 1/3 size chunks. So 1 hour, 2, 3, 4. Cut into thirds. So how many are there? 12. What is 1/3 of an hour divided into 4 equal amounts of time? So what's the problem being asked here? What is 1/3 of an hour divided into 4 equal amounts of time? 1/3 of an hour divided into 4 equal amounts of time. So I'm going to draw a square because it's just easier to keep track of that way. So 1, right here's my third of an hour, cut into 4 equal chunks of time. So what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1/12. How many quarters of an hour are there in 3 hours? I've not left myself a lot of room. How many quarters of an hour are there in 3 hours? So first off, it's talking about a quarter, which is 25 cents, right? That's how we generally know what a quarter is. How many quarters does it take to make $1? 4. How many is, right? And if we have 25 cents, that's just one of them. So a quarter is the same as 1/4. So if you have 3 hours divided by a quarter, right? How many quarters are there in 3 hours? So here's my 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Hopefully remember back to the beginning of the year with our clock fractions and our quarters. So how many are there? There are 12. I got one more for you. What is 1/4 of an hour divided into 3 equal amounts of time? What's the equation there? 1/4 of an hour divided into 3 equal amounts of time. So 1/4 divided by 3 into 3 equal amounts of time. Same thing, I'm going to draw this into a square because it's easier to keep track of than a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my 1/4 of my hour. 1, 2, 3. So then what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1/12. Okay, so before we jump into our new game, there's a couple of words that you need to know. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of different colors today. So we're going to have to just do it this way. So 973 divided by 56. There are two different ways you can see division problems. For this year, we're going to see them mostly like this, but you also might see 973 divided by 56. We're not getting into long division this year because that is in next year's math, but I want you to see what these two different styles look like. And there are two different math words. The first one is divisor. This is groups or the number of pieces in a group. So that would be this one. And in this model, this one. So 973 people divided into 56 groups, or 973 people divided into groups of 56. So same thing, right? So this is the number of groups or the number of pieces in a group. The other word is dividend. This is the total this is the total number of pieces. So whatever that is, if it's people, it's pizzas, it's hours, whatever your big pile of stuff is that's being divided into groups or a certain number per group. So this is, the dividend is the bigger number. This one's always the smaller. These words matter because in our game that I'm going to teach you, you're going to hear me pull these words out, and I wanted you to know what they were. So if you don't have this sketched out in your journal, please pause here and make sure to get it there, because these two words are going to pop up in your journal and or in our game, and I want you to have them there. Also, today's game requires you to have your journal or your whiteboard to work the problem out, because the game board's not big enough to do that. I can't jump between my camera like I do here and my screen to do both of them. So today I'm just going to teach you how to play the game from our workbook. You have the same page in your workbook. The link to the electronic game will still be in your assignment, but I can't show you how to play that and jump between this and my journal. So this is how we're going to play this one today. However, I don't have the cards that we need to play the game, so I am going to have to show you that off of the screen. So we're going to do a little jumbling. Today's game is going to be a little bit different, but it is still going to be fun, so let's jump into it. So the point of the game's called the quotients race to 100. The point of the game is to get to 100 before your other person. So you have to draw 5 cards. Yep, there's my 5 cards. What you need to do is create a 3-digit dividend and a 2-digit divisor. So you want to make the biggest dividend possible with the smallest divisor possible so that you have the biggest answer in the end, which is what's going to be your score. Very confusing. It's okay. I'm going to show you. So here again are my cards. So the biggest number I can make is 976. Whoa. Maybe I won't show you so much. 976 divided by 35. So my problem, 976 divided by 35. So now I need to solve that to figure out what my score is. So, you know me, I like my ratio tables. So 10 would be 350. So 20. 3 and 3 is 6, so 1550 is 1, so 700. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's too much. So what about 5? Half of 50 is 25. Half of 300 is 150, so that's 175. So 25 is 5, 7 and 0, 1 and 7 is 8. I'm pretty close. So I think I'm just going to go up by 1. 26. 5 and 5 is 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9. Alright, so 27. 5, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 9. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to get here, but I'm going to try it anyways. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so as you see, right, 980 has overshot, so it's too much. So my answer is 27 with a remainder. For this game, the remainder doesn't matter, so you need to get the biggest whole number you can for your answer. So for me, mine is 27. So my score right now is 27. So now all 5 of my cards get tossed to the side, and it's the next player's turn. So I'm on my computer getting 5 more cards. Please hold. So all right, I'm going to try and do this nicely so you don't get all seasick on me. So here are the 5 cards I drew. So notice that in this game, you can have a 10. So that means you might have a 4-digit dividend, right? That bigger piece. Or you can just not use one of them, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it in there. So I think I'm going to do 9,541 divided by 10. So 9,541 divided by 10. So now I need to solve it. 9,541 divided by 10. So 1 is 10, right? So 9 would be 90. 90 would be 900. 900 would be 9,000. So there's that one. We know 5 is 50. So 50 is 500. So now we've got this one. We've got that one. And then 4 would be 40. So 954, right? If I'm putting all 3 of these together, it should get me 9,540. And that leftover one is just nothing. So, right, with my remainder of something, but the remainder doesn't matter. So my score, 954. Guess what? You're supposed to get to 100, so therefore this person already won. So perhaps using the tens isn't something we want to do. I'm going to take a look at the rules real quick. It doesn't say anything about taking out the 10 or what to do with the 10. So I would say talk with the person you're playing against before you start playing, because the 10 really does change the game. It probably shouldn't be allowed in the game. It should probably just be numbers 1 through 9, because now the game is over and I've already won. But we don't know how to continue playing the game, so I'm going to keep going for player 1, even though technically this person won, because we need to know how to play the game. That 10 really kind of threw us off there. So again, ask the person that you're playing with if they want to include 10s or not. It does make it luck of the draw if you happen to pull a 10, but let's keep going so you can see what happens next if I wouldn't have gotten that 10. So you want to keep going until one of you reaches 100 or goes over. That makes you the winner. So for here, we have to keep going. So I'm going to draw 5 more cards for this other person. All right. Again, the other cards got all discarded because they were all used. So here's my new set of cards. I think I'm going to go with 742 divided by 11, because those are the biggest ones I can come up with and the smallest. So 742 divided by 11. 742 divided by 11. So 1 is 11, so 10 is 100. Fun thing about 11s is while you still have a single digit, when you multiply it by 11, it just gives you 2 of that digit. So that would be 6 times 11 would be 66. So if I did 60, it would be 660. Still a little bit away, so, but 70, do you see? It overshoots me too far. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 65. So 5 would be 55. So I need to add 55 here. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. And 7. All right, well, I guess I can keep going, because that's not quite there yet. So I'm just going to go 66, so plus 11 more. Whoa, 11 more. 5 plus 1 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. 7, nothing. 67. 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 plus 1 is 3. 7 and nothing. Ooh, I think 68 is going to be too big, but let's try just in case. 7 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. 7 and nothing. So it is. So it's 67 and a remainder of something, but we don't care about that. So we're going with the 67. So my score here for this round is 67. But I need to, so I'm going to continue to add these together. So plus the 27 I had from before, 7 and 7 is 14, 6, 7, 8, 9. So their running score now is 94. There's their total score so far. But again, this one already won. So, but this one could probably win after the second round. So you probably don't need all 6 rounds to find a winner, so you could be able to use the game more than one time. So you're going to keep going until someone hits 100 or goes over 100, and that is your winner. And then make sure to talk about the 10s before you get started, because you don't want to be the person that has the 10 and it goes oops. Otherwise, good work today. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure to do your independent work so they have something to grade, and finish playing a game. You have multiple things to turn in today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.